Going for that loss of sustain worked out last time. It should work out this time. Graves doesn't have as much range as Lucian does, and Lucian can eat the buckshots, no problem.
Nice dodge there of the first piercing light with a buckshot, and you can see, oh, really just standing in between the creep wave here. Losing out on a CS here, but oh, Pilot not afraid to lose these early trades because he has more sustain in his build.
Yep, that's literally the name of the game for him right now, is just trade as well as possible, and then just use Flask.
Hit there by the piercing light and missing a CS. Ggoong, a little bit of mechanical lapse here in the early game. He stood very far forward in the creep wave, and he's gotten hit by a couple of piercing lights that could have done without it. Of course, he is out of potions at this point, so a big sustain difference.
Yep, and Pilot should be having no problem of taking the creep advantage, at least for this point, and just pushing it forward. Ggoong is gonna have to worry about losing any of these to the turret, or just maybe he's just really good at last hitting.
Oh wow, yeah, he's actually gonna be able to last hit most of those under turret, but oh, dashing forward here. If you all in, sustain doesn't matter. However, I don't see very much of a potential there, considering that Ggoong's actually brought heal instead of flash, so his ability to gap close for these you know, very impactful all-ins is probably going to be fairly low.
That's true, great passive, man. Just too good. You saw him just running up and ignoring light slinger damage. Like, he didn't care at all. So he keeps trading like this and dodging away from light slingers, not light slingers, but dodging away from piercing lights, and he's good to go.
And actually, even with all the sustain from Pilot, he's still losing out on a lot of these trades. So, especially once we hit, you know, 2-3 Doran's blades, those trades are going to be really difficult for Pilot to deal with. Of course, sustain, kind of the name of the game here, and with the ability to dodge more buckshots than Ggoong has dodged light slingers. Does dodge that one here. So gonna dash in. Whoa, he dashed in with 300 HP. That was flashing Night Lucian. That would have been a kill.
Yeah, that's pretty ballsy, I gotta say. And Pilot, man, he's been managing these light slinger, oh my god, the piercing lights pretty well, as his mana management has been really nice, considering that he's got no more flash charges. So really just making the most of his full sustain build. But at this point, when there's no more charges left, it comes down to Doran's regen, Doran's damage, as well as health.
Oh, is that
just
a
so useful.
heal used? Gonna dash forward there. One more auto attack with a buckshot would have killed Pilot, but it's actually sending Pilot back to base first. Okay, yeah, there's no way he's gonna go back. He'd lose too much of this, right?
Yep. He loses the cannon wave as well. I'd be a really untimely back. Although he does have TP, but you don't want to use that cooldown just yet. You kind of want to time your TP with your opponent's TP.
This is actually really impressive. That Doran's blade singularly, oh my god.
What? He should have let that buckshot hit him and let
and then Ggoong just dies the turret, and Pilot's already going to be able to retreat to his second tier turret for the shield. Yeah, getting hit by that buckshot would have been the best thing to do, kind of oddly enough. Risked dying, but at the same time was the spectator kind of getting in on the action. But it is double Doran's, and okay, he buys a crystalline flask on his back there. Interesting to start with the Doran's blade and then get the flask on a second trip back to base. A little bit less effective there, so they lose out on some of that crystalline flask effectiveness.
So the extended trades are gonna go on forever here. This could come down to a creep game, honestly, or the level 6 burst from Graves or Ggoong could really catch Pilot off guard, but level 1 collateral damage doesn't do that much when you know how much AD really stacked up behind it. Normally you'd have like a BF sword.
Oh, dodging that buckshot is actually really huge, even with some limitations on the vision here. Level 5 versus level 5, and I think Ggoong might actually die here. He doesn't dodge the piercing light, and Pilot, coming back from base, wins the 1v1, comes back from a 1-0 deficit, and now that move right there that you just saw on your screens, the Relentless Pursuit sideways, dodge the buckshot, and no flash means there's no escape for Ggoong. With continual Relentless Pursuits forward, off of landing those auto attacks, it's a light slinger passive to Pilot. Picks himself up 400 gold for first blood.